Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, welcome back to AussieVerse live chat number 6. I am OmniBeau, joined by my partner, Mark Grodd. How you going, champ?
Good. Hello, everyone. It's nice to see everybody. Let's start off this very short week, which I'm excited about the long weekend coming up.
Yep. As always, please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram at AussieVerse Comics and Collectors. We are proudly sponsored by Comx Studios for all your Australian comic book needs. Go check them out. They are incredible with their latest Kickstarters. Check that out. With their upcoming Kickstarters. Check that out. That is right. We are closing off a few good Kickstarters at the moment, actually. One of them even I backed. So go to it, check it out. It is some awesome stuff. And also, don't forget, all of our designs and our animations and our logos and our backgrounds are all done by A51 Design, so you can find on Instagram right there and then. Enough of the plug-in. Now let's get down to some loving with our man that is going to be joining us today. He has humbled us with his graceless appearance. Thank you very much. Let's bring him on. SimpleSimon, thank you.
You did it for me, mate. I love it. Thanks for having me, guys.
I'm one of those people that sit there when you start the video and it's like...
Yeah. Mark, a few weeks back, Mark at Big City Comics was saying, hey, some guy came in. He knew who you were. I was like, who was it? It's like, I don't know. But I asked him, how'd you find out about the shop? And he just went, apparently it was you, right?
Was that you, Mark?
No, I'm sure. Was it not you, bro?
No, it wasn't me.
You haven't been in there?
No, man.
Okay, I could have sworn because I was like, what did he buy? He's like, he bought a bunch of like trades. I was like, I thought it was you because I was like, did you have long hair? I'm pretty sure he said yes. So
that sounds exactly like me. G'day, guys. Captain Saro, Comx, Claudia, Zelda, and Mad Spidey. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for who's the weird punk down the bottom. For those that don't know, SimpleSimon has his own YouTube show. Go check it out. It has got some great content on there. It's a channel that I personally watch every day, and I am entertained a lot. It is great stuff, so please go check it out. I will have where to find him in the comments so you can go check out his stuff. What else has been going on, guys? Anything before we get into the comic news?
I read some books today for the first time in a while. So I haven't been reading a lot of comics recently. So today I figured I should pick up some books. So I did a bit of reading today, which is good.
Yeah, what have you been reading?
Mostly indie stuff, to be honest. So I've been enjoying the indies. I'm to the point where I'm starting to think I might start cutting like just the not all superhero stuff, but like there's a lot of, I'm so behind on a lot of series that it's getting to a point where I'm starting to cut them all off. So, but I'm definitely enjoying indies more than I am like the DC Marvel stuff. So
that is how it happens. Happens. Many fans, people, comic book readers that I've seen, just get in there a little bit, and then all of a sudden they're down that well, mate. It's even started to happen with me, and I was Marvel for life. So we thought we would start a new sort of thing Mondays. As you can see, first of all, thank you for those that had patience with us through Mark Watson's internet issues in the last few videos. We know it's been horrible not seeing his face. We know it's been frustrating. We've had a couple of awkward moments where the lagging was happening, but hopefully that is all fixed now. As you can see, not only can you see his great face, but he went out and got a haircut.
Looking sharp, mate.
Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah. It was good. The mop was getting too much, man. My hair gets too thick. Well, my hats were getting really tight.
That coming from Mad Spidey, he doesn't read new comics at all.
I know, mate. Doesn't read it all. I read a Marvel book today. I read the Spider-Punk book today.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, how was that?
It was all right. It was all right.
It was number one, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I think it's meant to be 5 issues. It had cool little things in there, but the story itself was like whatever. But yeah, if you, I won't spoil too much, but a certain character villain shows up at the end, and he's got and they've obviously given him a little punk rock twist, and he looks very cool.
Oh, sweet. The one I want to read is Savage Spider-Man. I have no idea what that's about whatsoever, and I won't read it until I get the trade. But just that name alone sounds very enticing.
Is that out the moment?
It's either the first issue is either out or it's coming very soon. I just know that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's out. Anyone?
Yeah, I'm sure it came out this week, didn't it? I think.
Yeah. I'm not sure. It's just that.
I got this week, and I read it last night.
Oh,
New
Bad Blood.
Deadpool. It's
How's
pretty
that?
good. It's Deadpool. It's called Bad Blood.
Yeah, how is it?
It was good. I really enjoyed it. I love Deadpool. It's good fun.
Who writes it? Do you know who writes it, Mark? Is it the same person as Black Widow?
No, because that's Kelly Thompson.
Yeah.
So it's Liefeld.
Oh, well, no, he's drawing.
Liefeld's back on Deadpool.
He will be writing it, though.
Well, he's the first name.
No, I think he is, because I remember hearing that Liefeld, he's doing another Deadpool comic.
Wow.
I'll open him up and check it out. Rob Liefeld's writing it.
Yep.
The script is by Chris Sims and Chad Bowles. And penciler is Rob Liefeld. So
there you go. The man's gone back to the
start.
world.
I was excited about this one this week when it came out. Big Deadpool fan, so.
I actually thought there was already a Deadpool Bad Blood before, but maybe there's just another title that sounds very similar.
Well, that was Red, White, and Blood, wasn't it?
No, not that one. Yeah. They did that too, but I could have swore there was a Bad Blood before. But then again, there's been so many damn Deadpool miniseries, it might just sound very similar to another one. Simon, who's your favourite characters?
Mark will give you a bit of a hint there, I think, with his T-shirt. That's
Red Hood.
Yeah.
Has feet. Fair enough. Well, let's get into some comic book news, eh?
Yep.
I don't know about you guys, but I think the biggest news at the moment has been this Ezra Miller debacle that's been going on lately. Hola! All the way from Spain. Look at that. That must be my fiance's family. I guarantee it is. Have you guys heard about what's happened with Ezra Miller?
Yeah.
What happened? I didn't look into it too much, but fill us in on the Gus. I know he was drunk and he was up to his own shenanigans.
Yeah. So he was in Hawaii, arrested for disorderly conduct and harassment, apparently. Now, obviously, we don't know the specifics of that, but you know, I remember there was a video that surfaced about a year or so ago where he sort of choked this woman in a shop, and we weren't really sure if it was like a bit, you know, or if it was real, because when you looked at the video, even though on paper choking someone, especially a female, is a bad thing to do, when you watched it, it didn't quite seem like it was aggressive. It almost seemed like it could have been some sort of a bit, or Simon.
Maybe she asked him to do
it.
Yeah. Well, she was smiling to start with, wasn't she?
That's what I mean. Like with these news, come on, we all know what it's like. They make it out as if, you know, it's always bad, and they paint pictures and all that. At the end of the day, when celebrities get put through the shitter, we as the civilians really have no idea what's going on. So it's a bit of bullshit for us to be able to actually make real opinions on it. However, there seems to be a bit of a trend with Ezra Miller. He's a little bit kooky, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And now Warner Brothers aren't sure what to do about the Flash. Sorry, Mark.
Oh yeah, well, obviously the story that I read came out like he was at the karaoke bar, and he got a little bit annoyed at the woman that was singing, and he ripped the microphone off her. And then a couple of guys were playing pool, and he apparently launched himself at them.
Oh,
and now, apparently, also too, like in Hawaii, he's been staying with a couple, and now they've filed a restraining order on him because he had, and this is what apparently, I don't know how this has gotten out because it doesn't seem like it should ever get out, But apparently the report is on the restraining order is that he had like threatened to kill them, and that the fact that he was a star, he could get away with it. Now that was the story reported, but they have filed a restraining order. He's not allowed to go anywhere near them, and this is a couple that he was staying with. So yeah.
Wow, that is the worst Airbnb guest you could think of, huh? You think you're getting The Flash and you're getting like American Psycho.
He seems like he has issues, man. He really does. Like he needs to sort the shit out, and he obviously thinks that he's paralysis or stardom will get him out of it. But you know, it doesn't work that way. I mean, like we all have issues, we all have dramas, and we all have demons to fight. And it seems like he's got a few demons he's got to fight.
Yeah. Maybe that role in the Dumbledore line of things has gotten to him a bit. It's also weird that, you're making this big-ass movie with The Flash and all that, and now, like, if they cancel it, man, I feel sorry for DC fans.
They wouldn't cancel the film, sure. Like, it's wrapped, right?
I don't know. I thought it was being made.
Nah, it's wrapped.
Oh,
It's
really?
right.
That's fair enough.
If anything, right, wouldn't this be the perfect time for them, if they're going to get rid of him, to introduce Wally West?
100%. Simon, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And that'll make a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
They should bring him back in just to kill him off, though.
He'd lose his shit, wouldn't he? He'd even get worse.
Yeah. But if it's off screen, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You got anything there, Mark?
Well, it's just, you mean news-wise?
Yeah, unless you want to keep talking about this.
No, it just seems like a bit of a debacle at the moment, the Flash movie. We're not sure where it's going to go and stuff like that. But then again, you can use Flash as this sort of device to reset things, and we can reset things and pass the torch on to Wally. And yeah.
Well, surely.
Go on.
I was going to say, surely that was one of the plans for this movie anyway, wasn't it?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, what was that thing that everyone was getting angry about with the new Flash movie? How they were going to change everything, like Batman was going to basically be replaced by Batgirl or something, and then all these characters getting replaced. Is that actually true, or is that just a rumor?
I know they're doing that with Superman.
Yeah, I think it's reasonably a rumor. I don't see Batgirl taking over the Batman spot.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And Supergirl taking over from Superman, because I was like, once I heard all that, I was like, if that's true, like I've lost all interest in this Flash film. You know, I'll go see it because it's kind of exciting, like having Keaton in there and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but like it wouldn't surprise me if they dropped the ball and it just sucked.
I reckon they're just trying to feel their way out. So we'll see how this goes, see how everybody responds to Supergirl, or see how everyone responds to Batgirl, and then they'll make their choices there. But yeah, they're running out of time.
I don't know why they need to replace them, why they can't just have it all. I mean, I was actually really excited, mildly excited, when they announced Supergirl was going to be in Flash, because I've always liked Supergirl. But that doesn't mean I want Supergirl only instead of Superman. You know, I want more Henry Cavill.
Yeah, so like I just don't understand. I don't follow all that sort of news too closely, but I mean, from what I gather, everyone loves Henry Cavill as Superman. I just don't understand what the problem is. What is the problem?
How has not somebody written up a script or just put something out to Warner Brothers? There's plenty of content for Superman. Even if you have it its own thing or whatever, just give us more Henry Cavill Superman. I mean,
it is weird, isn't it, that they haven't made another Man of Steel 2? It's strange, isn't it? Like, you're going to have like every movie.
It's like every chance they get, they kind of don't use him. Like every chance, like, you know, when a little cameo at the end of Shazam would have been cool, but they just did the headless Superman. You know, they've had so many chances. I feel like I just don't understand what the issue is.
And you think Henry Cavill would agree to that too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. I'm pretty sure he loves being Superman.
The only hope I've got with Henry Cavill not being axed completely anyways, because The Rock's always going on about Black Adam fighting him. So
yeah, that'll be epic.
And you think The Rock's going to get his way.
He always gets his way, man. Like they realised they got the star, didn't they?
Yeah.
In The Rock.
Hollywood's
So
gonna listen.
yeah, I think he's got lots of pull. The Rock, he can do this. Let's
Yeah.
hope.
And on another bit of news, actually, I heard today that Brie Larson, good old Captain Marvel's, joined the Fast and the Furious 10 movie. Yeah, I know. I was waiting for a few reactions with that. So many
I'm
people
guessing it's called Fast and Furious X.
yeah.
Got to be right.
Guarantee that. G'day, Facebook user. I don't know why, but for some reason, when you comment on Facebook and not YouTube, it doesn't show you who you are. So thank you very much for your comment. But yeah, fair enough. You don't like Superman as a character, but you loved Man of Steel. That says a good thing about the movie.
Yeah.
Pass away. I wonder if he would still.
Imagine that. Imagine they brought back Keaton and they brought back Christopher Reeve in the Flash movie.
Yeah. Reeves would be a lot older now, though, wouldn't he?
I guarantee you they would have brought Christopher Reeve back in some capacity.
Yeah. He'd be like Jor-El or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, they could still do that stuff. Like, with like Mandalorian bringing back like young Mark Hamill and stuff like that. They can do that stuff these days.
100%.
Yeah, that's true, actually. That's true. So no one's excited about Brie Larson joining Fast and the Furious?
I haven't seen one of those films since. I think I've watched the first two and that's it.
Yeah, I fell off the wagon pretty quickly.
I love those movies because they're just so dumb, and I love it because you just sit there.
Yeah, if I was like, for example, right, where I'd watch that movie? If I like was excited to play like a new Need for Speed game or something like that, I'd watch that movie to psych me up. Those movies to psych me up for some car racing action.
Well, apparently it's the last one as well. So.
Oh yeah, right. Just like Johnny Barnes doing his last tour.
They've been saying 10 is it. You'll be excited for this one, won't you, Mark? The Aqualad movie, apparently. I don't know if it's a TV show or a movie.
I had this on my notes. Yes, Aqualad and Charlize Theron is going to be a producer.
Yeah, what's with that?
I don't know. I'm hoping she's in it. Like,
why would she produce it? That's just strange to me.
Yeah. Well,
maybe she's a comic fan and we didn't know.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, we do know that Jackson Hyde is a gay character as well. Maybe she's trying to push for this. Yeah, I love Jackson Hyde. I like the dynamic between him and his dad, which is Black Manta, David Hyde, and stuff like that. So yeah, I read all the Aquaman series. I get them month to month. I really enjoyed his mini series and Black Manta's mini series, and now they're connected. So yeah,
Aqualad isn't Aquaman's kid.
No, he's David Hyde, Black Manta's kid.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, yeah. Aqualad is Black Manta's kid.
Black Manta's kid, yep.
Oh, shit, so, no, I didn't know that.
And the mother is Zeeble, which is the same species as Mira.
Oh,
so who did what is I know Aquaman and Mira had a kid. Did that kid become anybody?
Not yet.
Damn it! Because I've got that kid's birth, the first appearance of that kid. So
yeah. Well, they got time. He's in the new series, but he's still a baby.
Oh, okay. He won't be a baby for long. These kids, they are quickly in comics. Does that mean that Aqualad was the same Aqualad in the Young Justice cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, he was? Okay, because I remember really liking that character.
Yeah, he's cool. He's got some cool power. He's got a good power set, so he's a little bit... Yeah. I
never got to finish Young Justice when they brought out a season 3, I think. That took like years and years for it to come back. I never watched that.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons I really, really enjoyed. You guys seen that?
The Young Justice? No.
Yeah, it's really good, especially if you're a DC fan.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. What have you got, Mark? What news?
Well, I guess we go on to Doctor Strange. We're 3 weeks away, so
yeah.
What are you expecting? Are we expecting mutants? because we're thinking Patrick Stewart's in it. Well, we know that Patrick Stewart's in it, sort of.
Yeah.
Is this going to open up the door to mutants? Do you think?
Yes, I do, but to what level? Like, I don't believe it's going to be all of a sudden full blown. We're going to have Wolverine and Cyclops and all this sorts of shit. No, I think it'll just be a taster. Like, you know, Patrick Stewart will come out. Doctor Strange will be like, "Who are you?" He'll tell him where he is, and on his universe they've got mutants, and Strange will be like, "What's a mutant?" And you know, stuff like that. That's about as far as it will go, I think. What I'm hoping for is that we see the Fantastic Four characters from the old movies as variants from the other universe. Those two Fantastic Four movies. That's what I'm hoping. What about
What are
you,
you
Simon?
expecting, Simon?
Yeah, I think definitely mutants. Again, I think I'm on the same as Bo. Like, I don't think they're gonna go too all out, but it would be pretty cool if they just shocked everyone with a surprise, you know, appearance from one of the X-Men characters. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Actually, that's a good point. That's a good point. One is plausible, like a Hugh
Brought in, like,
Jackman
you know,
or
Magneto, or that's the weird thing, right? Can you picture, like, imagine recasting Wolverine? Like, imagine trying to recast that. Like, it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to do.
Plus,
like,
imagine a comic book accurate Wolverine, like a short, stocky, hairy Canadian, you know?
I'd go with Tom Hardy.
Yeah, right. Because he's short, isn't he? He's short and stocky.
He's short.
Yeah, he'd be perfect. Absolutely.
Can you imagine the casting when they finally do have a new Wolverine? How much everybody's going to hate it? Because that's what the comic book world does.
Well, as always, man, everyone always doubts all these actors, but man, they're professional actors. They know what they're doing. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Robert Pattinson, perfect example, I guess.
I just think he's going to be good.
I also think too, like, I heard the rumor that they asked James Marsden, would he be open to do Cyclops again, and he said yes.
Of course he would.
Yeah,
of course he would.
Hey, what do you mean, mate? He's got big things with Sonic going and stuff like that.
I really like James Marsden, actually. He's a really good actor. I don't know why he's never made it even bigger than what he is.
He had his day in the sun, I think.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago.
In the one with the Katie Holmes in it.
Disturbing Behavior.
That's it, yes.
I remember because Katie Holmes was top shelf back then. In that movie.
Me too. That's the only reason why I watched it. And
yeah, the movie wasn't great, but I watched it many a times.
Yeah.
I do think to myself, if Spider-Man didn't have the 3 Spider-Man and all that sort of jazz, I don't believe I would have been as hyped for Doctor Strange. But now that you know the shit they can pull, my expectations are pretty high, and I think Kevin Feige's sitting in the background going, if they liked Spider-Man, wait till they get a load of me, you know, with this Doctor Strange coming out. They're going to blow them out of the water, he's thinking to himself. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Just imagine in a dark room when he's saying that. Just
can you imagine if Scarlet Witch learns about mutants in other multiverses and brings in mutants into our MCU by uttering the words, let there be mutants? Now, that would be a good twist on House of M, wouldn't it?
Imagine, like, all the X-Men are in it and they've just kept it so well, like, you know, on the down low. That'd be a trip.
That would be a trip, huh?
I would.
And they've released, like, what, 3 or 4 trailers now for Doctor Strange? That's what surprised me.
I've stopped watching them.
Yeah, I haven't watched the latest one.
Yeah, well, there's not much extra in the latest one. There's some, like, monster thing that seems to be on their side. But as we know, they digitize so much out of these scenes in the trailers that it looks like there's meant to be more people around. There's a bit more with America Chavez, which I couldn't give 2 shits about. And what else is there? I've gone blank. But yeah, there's a little bit more in it. Facebook user need to register with StreamYard or Facebook blocks their name. Got to love them, Meta. There you go. That's why. I did realize, though, that the reason why we haven't got the Thor trailer yet is because with the storyline that they're going to do in the movie, which is Gore the God Butcher. Do you guys know much about this?
No.
I do, yeah.
So Jason Aaron had a run that was wildly loved. I personally loved it, where there was a character called Gore, and he ends up killing as many gods as he can because fate has dealt him a cruel hand, and he blames the gods, and he goes to all these different pantheons and starts killing and massacring gods over and over and over, and ends up obviously being Thor versus him. So that's going to be the storyline in the new Thor movie, as well as female Thor. So they're kind of mixing a couple of storylines. So I think the reason why we haven't got a trailer yet for the new Thor is because they're trying to introduce us to all these different godlike beings first, especially with Moon Knight and after Eternals and things like that, that I think they're waiting for Moon Knight to end and for Doctor Strange to actually be released, and then we'll get the Thor trailer, because the things in the trailer will make more sense then.
Is Christian Bale playing that character?
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, so the cool story about Gore, the God Butcher, was like he had to evacuate like his area and like stuff like that. So he took his family and a few of his other like species, and they were walking for hours in the desert, and they all slowly started dying. His kids started dying, his wife started dying, and then he was just like, and then he sees all these gods save people that not 100% need saving, and he goes, well, why didn't they save my family and stuff like that? So he loses it, and he gets some sort of power, doesn't he, Bo? Where
he does.
Yeah. And
He
so
does.
he uses that power to go after the gods because he feels like, why didn't they save my family, my kids?
That's right. And they ended up retconning this sword that he got, which was a necro sword, which is it was very similar to Hela's weaponry in Thor Ragnarok, the way that they showed it, where it could just like, ka-ching, and then all of a sudden there's a blade, and but they ended up retconning it last year or the year before in the latest Venom run, where that is actually the first symbiote that Gore steals off a falling Null, who Null is the symbiote god. And I really doubt they're doing that in the film, but it's a really beautiful storyline, because basically Gore sees this battle in the sky between two gods. One is this black thing and one is this bright light thing, and they crash down to the planet, and the good light one looks at Gore and says, help me, and Gore's like, screw you, you're a god, and he ends up taking the black sword and murdering them both, and that's how he starts to see his power. But yeah, they retconned that, and the black sort of big god was Null, the god of the symbiotes.
Wow.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they go around that in this movie, I reckon.
It seems like they've got a perfect casting. Christian Bale's going to nail this sort of emotional wreck of a person.
Well, another thing is as well is that in the comics, he killed a lot of gods, right? So obviously in the movies, you need to be able to kill gods that are either fairly well known, like let's say Zeus or whatever, who Russell Crowe is playing Zeus, actually.
Yeah,
and I've got a feeling that they're going to introduce a lot of gods just to kill them off, So it'll be interesting to see if, like, Moon Knight's god and the Panther god Bast from Wakanda and all these other sorts of things. What happens with these characters? In fact, it could even be a way for them to explain how they're making a new Black Panther movie without the Black Panther, possibly.
Fair enough, yeah.
You just don't know, do you? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Batman apparently has a new logo. Did you hear about this?
Yeah. All right, I thought you were going to put it up. Yeah. I heard about it. I hadn't seen too much about it. I'm looking forward.
All we've got is this.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty sure they're talking about the trade dress, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
well,
Yeah.
I doubt he's going to get a little Robin brooch and put it on his front every time he goes out and fights, because that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's just the Batman sort of saying on it. So yeah.
Yeah. I love the blood though on the knuckles there. You know, like he's just beating the shit out of someone. I'm Batman. And
Do you know what issue that's supposed to be?
Yeah, 125.
Oh yeah, because I think the old artist is back on that one. So I think there's a new writer. I don't know if it's taken over completely, but new writer and the artist who was doing Tynan's run is back as well.
Yeah, Chip Zdarsky's paired up with Ramirez or wherever it is.
Are they? Is that going to be ongoing, or is it just for a small? Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Chip Zdarsky said that he's in it for the long run. So yeah.
And you know what? That even makes me want to go and start reading Batman if Chip Zdarsky's on it.
That's interesting though, because that means I've only read the first couple of issues of who's the guy writing it now? William. Yeah, I only read the first 2 issues. I thought they were okay, but I haven't. I'm just well behind. But that's a very short run for him. Then is it not doing well?
Not really. No.
No. Okay.
I don't think it's because of that. I think Williamson has bigger plans. Like he has the big events now that he's doing. He's just doing too much. Like I think he had his little mini event, which is Shadow War now, which he's pairing it up with Deathstroke and Robin. But once that's done, I think Chip Zdarsky is going to take over and I think be on their own. I guess back in Gotham, and I think it's going to be dark and gritty.
Are you reading that Zdarsky's doing that Batman? It's like the retelling of his origin story. I can't remember what it's called.
I think it's called I Am Batman. Is it I Am Batman or is it Batman the Night? I can't remember.
I think it's Batman the Night. I think it's the night one. I picked up the first issue. I haven't read it yet, but I just didn't want to hear another origin story.
What is I Am Batman? I saw that was a title.
I Am Batman's about the other Batman, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
What other Batman?
Oh mate, there's so many Batman titles. I kind of given up.
Is there another Batman?
Yeah. Was it Luke Fox? Is it?
It's the brother of Luke Fox. It's not Luke Fox. Luke Fox is Batwing, so it's the other brother. I can't remember his name.
Oh, he's got 2 kids, does he? Fair enough.
Timothy Fox.
Timothy Fox. That's it. Yeah. So
because that all stemmed from the Future State stuff.
Yeah, because he's Batman in the future. Yeah.
See, I haven't read anything to do with Future State. I have no idea about it. So there we go. Legion of Comx. Good work.
Nice. Yeah.
Batman's Jace Fox operating in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So does he just call himself Batman as well? Like, is it like Batman Inc., where there's different Batman around and they're all Batman?
He calls himself Batman because Bruce Wayne apparently is gone, and I don't know why. So yeah. And I guess because it's Future State, we don't know why, but I'm pretty sure we're going to find out reasonably soon.
That stuff is set in Future State, isn't it? Because I was reading the Future State Gotham one with Red Hood. I'm well behind on it now, but he was in that as well.
He was, yeah.
Sweet. You haven't read Batman since the New 52, Snyder's run. Got a lot of catching up to do. Speaking of that, then, seeing as we're talking about shit that I've got no idea about, what's going on with this new Justice League roster for Dark Crisis? Because I'm one of these guys that always buys the Crisis stuff. Okay. So do you know what's going on with this?
Well, I just put that on my list because it's going to come out in June. Oh. So I just put that on my list this week. So I haven't been keeping up with Justice League. I don't read Justice League, but I know it's going to be all obviously the younger kids now. And I think you're going to get Aqualad, so the Jackson Hyde. I think you're going to get John, who's going to be the leader. I think you're going to get Jesse Cruz as the Green Lantern, I think. Do you know much more, Simon, or...?
I have no idea. I haven't read Justice League in a long time.
Me neither.
So what's the Dark Crisis?
Well, it's all the villains, and these are the heavy hitters. They've all sort of ganged up. As I said, I haven't been reading Justice League because I think it happens in that.
Pariah has amassed an army fueled by the great darkness. Legion of Comics, we've got to get you on, mate. You know your shit.
So it's going to have like Dark Side on it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dark Side, really?
Yeah, Dark Side. And it's going to have, what's his name? Eclipso, a few other heavy hitters. Upside Down Man from Justice League Dark. These are massive hitters.
I'm glad they're using him again.
Yeah. So apparently he's going to wipe it out, so a new young group's going to come up. So it's a bold move, but we'll see.
Hopefully this is like one big, thick hardcover that I can buy, and I don't need like 20,000 trades.
Well, it's only 7 issues, Dark Crises. So
okay. Good. Because I've got every other Crisis in omnibus format. And I want to be let down now, except for Heroes in Crisis, actually. I never read that one.
How long does it take for them to bring out those omnibuses? Because I don't know anything about collecting omnibus.
Mate, it depends. Usually a long goddamn time, which is really annoying. Like usually about a year or so. So what you normally do is, depending on your money situation, is if you're not buying the floppies, you buy the trades or the hardcovers, and then you read them, buy the omnibus, and sell the trades and the hardcovers. But if money is an issue and you do want to wait just for the omnibus, then yeah, you'll be waiting a while, unfortunately, which is really annoying. But that's why I've thought about getting the new DC app.
Yep.
You seen that? The new it's the DC Comics app.
Yeah, it's available to Australia now, finally.
Yeah. And I think that might be a good way for me to, read floppies of DC.
Definitely, because I think it's only like $65 for the year at the moment.
Yeah, it's a special.
And that's unlimited.
I think you're going to be 3 months behind or 2 months behind.
Which is great because I'm like 5 years behind at the moment, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Justice League dies this month, and then in June, they're going to kick it off. So,
but they'll be back and forth.
But what does that mean when they say Justice League dies? Does that mean the characters die, or just the team is going kaput?
Yeah,
I don't want to be a team anymore.
The covers all have coffins and shit, so
Yeah, that's what I did see those.
There's a couple missing though. Flash is missing, and yeah.
Well, if Flash is missing, you've already got your ending.
He's going to get stuck in the speed force.
Run a little bit.
He's busy bloody choking people at bars.
Mark, your turn.
So, I had Dark Crisis on the agenda too, but we got the boys. We got that coming out in what, a week?
Oh, is it a week? Really?
Or is it 2? Is it start of May?
Yeah, I thought it was still a while away, like June or July. Really?
Oh man, I could have got it totally wrong. So, yeah,
but still, it is coming.
Yes, definitely.
Have you seen the cartoon, Diabolic?
Still have not. No.
Oh,
no.
That is
I was
great.
going to think about putting it on the other day, to be honest, but yeah.
It is great. I mean, I've only seen about 4 episodes, but every episode is its own thing, so you don't need to watch them in order.
And
it's pretty. The Boys cartoon series on Amazon.
Oh, I didn't know there was a cartoon as well.
Yeah, and it's really bloody too, which is great. You know what I'm waiting for? Invincible, the next season.
Yeah, I still have not seen that. No.
Oh, you're kidding. Dude, even if you've never read it, you have got to watch Invincible. It is amazing. It is so good. You want to see cartoon blood, you just punching the shit out of each other. Go watch Invincible. That pumps me up.
Every time something comes out that's based on a comic, I always wonder, I always hold off on watching it because I feel like I need to read some of the comic first, just same with The Boys. Like when The Boys came out, I went and bought the trade because I got told how good the comic was as well. And then I only read the first few issues, but I always feel like I need to do that before jumping into a show.
Yeah, I get that. Look, when Invincible came out, I hadn't read any of it. I watched like maybe 3 or 4 episodes, and then I went and bought all the hardcovers. Yeah. And The Boys I've never read. The Boys for the first time ever, is coming out in omnibus format. It has just been announced for pre-order, the first 30 issues. So I've pre-ordered that. So I'm looking forward to really reading that. Even though I've seen Invincible.
Yeah, well, Matt's party watches stuff. He doesn't read anything. He watches everything.
Yeah. As long as it's in DVD form.
We have plenty more to talk about.
Yep.
Simon, have you got any news that you can?
Yeah, I just thought of something. While you guys are talking about your shows and stuff, I saw a thing the other night about with Pedro Pascal. Is that how you say his name? They're recasting Din Djarin for an upcoming Star Wars thing. So apparently they're doing a new series on Bo-Katan, and I heard they're going to recast Din Djarin just for that show because apparently Pascal got pissed off about something. And the rumor is that they're going to recast him with Carl Urban.
Oh wow! Really?
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting because apparently Carl Urban's been in one of the Star Wars films as well as like a stormtrooper. So,
yeah.
But apparently he doesn't take his helmet off during that season. So I think that's what Pascal got pissed off about. He didn't get any FaceTime and he wanted it, so he didn't want to do it. So apparently they're going to recast and maybe get Carl Urban just to do that that show.
Well, Carl Urban's used to just wearing a mask throughout a whole movie, isn't
Dread, right?
Yeah.
Dread, yeah.
I got to rewatch that, man. That was one of the best films.
Yeah.
I still love this Stallone one.
In season 3.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Legion of Comics. That is a good segue into another one because there is the spin-off cartoon.
Kite Man?
No, I was going to say the Villains Pub. Have you heard about that?
Okay.
They're going to make a Harley Quinn Villains Pub cartoon.
Okay.
That's going to be funny, man. That's going to be... Oh, and sorry, I think Kite Man buys the pub.
I think so. Oh, yeah. I heard it was a Kite Man sort of... It was going to be Cheers sort of related.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I think it's a whole show based on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just going to be at the bar.
That's pretty cool.
And they've got Condiment King as like the bartender or something like that.
Did you read this from Legion of Comics? Captain America #1 sales for record 3 million and a CGC 9.4.
Wow.
That's insane, isn't it? That is awesome.
Wow. That'd be awesome.
Isn't it the Star Wars noob?
That's right.
What is the story with the Flash movie? David, you must have been in late. That was the first thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
Well, these boys told me that it's wrapped, so it's coming. Whether Ezra Miller will be in any more Flash things is up in the air. But yeah, pushed to 2023, as LOC has said. Most likely figuring out how to use this film to bring in new actor to replace Ezra. Yeah, exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mate. What about Umbrella Academy?
I don't know. I watched a bit of the first season, which was pretty good, but I never really continued with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I stopped halfway through the season. Yeah. I stopped halfway through the second. So I was enjoying the second season a little bit, just not way near enough as the first season.
Oh, really? I loved it, man. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, nothing to apologise about, Dave. It's all right, mate.
No, you're all right, Dave. Yeah.
You're allowed to be late. Okay, well then, what about what's the other one? Lock and Key. I still haven't seen season 2 yet.
No, I actually haven't watched any of that. So my partner's watched all of it, and she loves it. So,
well, season 3's it.
Yep. Well, apparently I only seen like the last little bits of season 2. Apparently, it doesn't seem like there's too much more to go on.
Yeah, I've never read it though either, so I can't comment on that. But yeah, season 3 is it.
That's good, man. That's perfect. I think all shows should be 3 seasons and then end.
Do they ever get any better after season 3? I mean, like, barring like Scrubs or Seinfeld, but yeah.
Scrubs or Seinfeld. I just lost interest in Lock and Key. I mean, I'm sure if I go back and watch it, I'll get into it. Same thing happened with Titans. Did you guys ever watch Titans?
Yeah, I actually watched it all up until I actually haven't seen the last episode of the most recent season, and I did plan on, I guess, watching it one day, but I just kind of lost interest in it as it kept going. Like, and I wanted to love it because Red Hood was in it finally.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it. There was just some really bad moments in it. So.
Yeah.
I really liked the
I
first
did not
one.
enjoy that season.
You know what turned me off it? Batman. The actor that played Batman.
Yeah, I can't stand him.
Yeah, I really liked him in Game of Thrones though, but I hated him as Batman.
You know why though? I look at the guy and I'm like, man, I don't believe in any lifetime or multiverse where you were Batman. I just don't buy it.
He's an Alfred, isn't he?
Yeah, he's more of an Alfred than he is a Batman.
Yeah. What did you think of the guy that plays Red Hood though, Simon? Did you like him?
Tell you what, my favorite episode in the first season was the episode they introduced him. Where him and Dick had this really funny sort of chemistry going on. That was great. And then obviously it becomes really annoying as the whiny teenager, right? But I thought when he became Red Hood, he just all of a sudden become this badass, but he's still just that whiny kid. So he kind of annoyed the shit out of me. He was definitely annoying.
There was one episode that I liked in the new season where he was with the girl, his friend, and they sort of it was a flashback one, or he was meeting up with her, and like at the very end, she like saves her, and she goes, "Jason, is that you?" And he goes, said something about it. Goes, "Oh, I can help you," and he goes, "Don't worry about me, I'm already gone," or something like that. I thought that was a good episode.
Yeah, look, you know what killed that season? That bullshit about going to the afterlife, that, and what was Hawk doing? Like, what the hell? It was just so dumb on the train, and then Hawk's just cruising around in the car, getting in my car. It was just so stupid. That was the thing with the whole show. There's just moments where you're like, why? Like, you could have made this show so much better by not having this crap in there.
Yeah, and like it started off well. Like Scarecrow was really good. And then he turned to shit as well.
Yeah, the first season was mad, I reckon, with Dick Grayson just being a total badass and beating the shit out of people. I really liked that. I didn't like how Beast Boy could only turn into like one animal for like ages. You know,
that's true.
I just didn't get that at all, man. I enjoyed the Afterlife episode. Great send off for Hawk.
I like the send off that Hawk got originally when he just died because you didn't see it coming. You're like, oh, Superboy, he'll make it on time, right? And then he didn't make it on time. So that was shocking to me that they went with that. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to see him anymore. I was done.
I'm not I'll still watch it, but it's gonna be, if they ever do. Did they sign up for another season or not?
No, actually.
Oh, so just 3, is it?
I don't know. I didn't hear about anything else.
Just get about halfway through. Yeah, right.
Yeah, completely agree. Like, it's all over the place. Reacher, yeah. Any of you seen that, Reacher?
No, I haven't actually, but I've been told it's really good.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's simple. It's just, it's just, I think I knocked it out in one weekend, to be honest.
How many episodes in a season?
Yeah. So it's on Amazon.
How many episodes in a season?
I think it's 8.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, see, everyone goes on about Reacher. I'm gonna have to freaking watch it, man.
Yeah, definitely watch it. Like it's. I don't know how to describe it. You know how
Star Trek Picard.
How old school like detective shows used to be when there's big brute of a guy. It's pretty much what it is. Like, it's ridiculous. They go on about like how massive he is in it because he got himself big.
Yeah.
But they give him a tiny phone, so it just looks ridiculous in his hand.
That's the oldest man trick in the book.
Yeah. And then the cop that he's with, the one he partners up with, is ridiculously short, so he just looks massive through the whole series. And there's a prison scene where he beats everybody up, And I swear to God, not one person was over 6 foot. I'm going, how's this possible in prison? Not one person's over 6 foot. Like, he was a monster. He's a monster of a guy. But yeah, I thought it was quite hilarious how they did put in those little snippets just to make him look even bigger than he is.
Simon, is there any shows that you and Captain Saro end up binge watching, or you guys are addicted?
No, man, I'm all behind on everything, dude. I wouldn't mind watching Moon Knight. I haven't checked out, but yeah, I haven't really watched a lot of stuff recently. The last stuff I kind of binge watched was all the Star Wars stuff, because I only just got into all that stuff a couple of months ago. So smashed out all the Mandalorian. Yeah, man.
Obi-Wan?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely looks good. So that's probably the next thing I'm excited about.
What's your favorite?
I'm behind. Huh?
I was going to say, what's your favorite film of them all?
Original Star Wars. The Return of the Jedi is probably my thing.
Yep.
It's either Empire or Return of the Jedi, right? But yeah, I'm more of a Return of the Jedi guy.
Ewoks, because of that?
Yeah, I think as a kid, that's big reason. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, when I rewatched them all recently, I was like, I reckon I'm going to prefer Empire. So I watched Empire. I was like, obviously that's really good. And I thought, yeah, I reckon Empire is going to be better than Jedi. But then, man, that opening, I don't know, 20 minutes of Return of the Jedi is just so damn good.
Yep, agree.
It's going to be exciting to see, I think, Anakin again, the actor in Obi-Wan.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. I reckon that'd be cool. David, no, I do not. I plan to, but I keep putting it off and off and off. Mark, however, does.
Yeah, I'm up to date. I just watched the recent episode this weekend. It's been good, but right now, the last 2 or 3 episodes have gone really family drama. Like, there's not even a villain at the moment. It's just themselves.
Goddamn.
So, yeah.
Goddamn CW. That's why I don't like it. It's just, it's just
before
crap.
that, really good, I thought.
Oh,
I'm gonna man, I destroyed everything else.
Rogue One is next on the list. I got to watch Rogue One. So I haven't even watched all the movies yet. I've watched them all except for Rogue One and Episode 1.
I love Rogue One. Loved it.
Yeah, everyone says it's really good.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Han Solo movie?
I didn't mind it. I mean, it wasn't the best, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
I didn't mind it either. Oh,
to be honest, I didn't mind the latest trilogy. Like, it wasn't great, and there were moments where I was like, especially the second. What's the second one of the new trilogy?
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, like that one, like the dialogue in it. I was like, this doesn't seem like Star Wars. They were just characters were saying certain things that didn't feel like it suited the world that we'd been watching. I was like, this all seems very Hollywoodized kind of thing.
all right. Yeah, fair enough then. I'll accept that. It's just that every time I flicked on Lois, Superman, or whatever it's called, I always seem to land on a bit that makes me want to turn it off. Like when Bizarro was in it, and it just looks like a zombie version of Superman. And I went, nah, that just looks bad. And then I flick it again a few weeks later, and it's a kid like upset. I'm like, that's not what I'm here for. It just doesn't do it for me.
Look, I'll always watch it week to week, and I am enjoying it. Like, it's just taken a bit of a turn, but as I said, I'm still enjoying it. It's just that I'm not sure which direction it's going in. This latest episode that Superman's not even in it, so it's that's what might lead me to believe that it's more family stuff, because just for this episode, but it can change. It's still, I still watch it week to week. It's still one of my first watches. So
yeah,
Bizarro is in. Sorry, they're just saying Bizarro is a zombie version. Bizarro is.
Yeah, well, that is true. Yeah,
I don't have a politically correct way to say it, but he's so stupid as a character in the comics. Like, because he was part of the Red Hood team. So I started reading Red Hood Rebirth because I was like, oh, I like Red Hood. And I stopped reading it because I was like, Bizarro does my head in. He's so stupid. And then I picked it up again like 20 issues later when Red Hood went on his own. That's right. He goes off on his own. He has the new costume and everything. I was like, this is cool. This is just Red Hood. But then eventually he reunites with the team. I'm like, oh, Bizarro's back. But I kind of learned to accept who Bizarro is in it. But he's just like a really dumb Hulk character almost.
Yeah, see, to me, he's always been like a Frankenstein Superman, not a zombie one, where obviously he does everything backwards and says everything backwards and means everything backwards. But I didn't expect him to, I don't expect him to be like a zombie necessarily. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely zombie-ish. I bought a Bizarro hardcover that came out last year, and I can't even read it because it just does my head in. But I love the character. I've loved the storylines that Bizarro's been in, not the Bizarro comics that are just about Bizarro, if you get my meaning there.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Simon, do you want to go?
I was going to say, I did learn to love him because there was this one bit where I think like someone pisses him off, so he punches the dude into the sun. It's like, that's pretty cool.
Well, I enjoyed him in that, like you were saying, Simon, the Red Hood and the Outlaws, and even when it was just Red Hood ... Outlaw.
Yeah.
I did like him in that, but I do remember reading a story with him, and it was the Terrifics, and started off with Jeff Lemire. But it was the year of the villain, and he got that in the Terrifics, and he put him in an interdimensional world or something like that. And the way he talked in that was that backwards talk, like everything was the opposite. And like if you're a little bit, I don't know, because I usually read just before I go to bed. If you're a little bit tired, it really does your head in. Like with Scott Liddell, who did Red Hood and the Outlaws, he didn't do it as much. But yeah, I love Bizarro too. I think he's great. He's always a character that you do kind of barrack for sometimes.
Which Red Hood series is he in? Because I really want to read that, and I've got all the New 52 Red Hood in trades, and then I've got it's the Rebirth, is it? All right,
Rebirth, yeah.
That's where I got confused. I got the New 52 in trades, then I've got the where it's just called like Red Hood Outlaw or whatever it was after the New 52.
Yeah, so it's that same series. So eventually, Red Hood Outlaw, he reunites with the team later on in the storyline.
Okay,
and then that series just ended. Like no one ever announced, "Oh, Red Hood is getting cancelled." It just stopped after Future State, and I was like, so pissed off.
Issue 50 it went to. So yeah, I like the series.
Hope they do an omnibus for that then, because they've got a Red Hood omnibus that I've got, but that was just the New 52.
And Legion of Comics, I did watch Stargirl, and I do have to admit I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it.
Great art. Yeah, cool.
Kenneth Rockefeller, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fair enough then. The last thing I do want to talk about just quickly is it seems like it's becoming a trend now with celebrities thinking they can write comic books, because obviously we had Keanu Reeves with his what is it, Berserker? Yep. And then you've got the woman from Game of Thrones. That's going to be what's that one called? Something about
Mother. Something of
Have you heard the latest one that's coming out?
Paul Dano.
Who's that?
Paul Dano's writing. He's Riddler. He's writing a Riddler series.
No, didn't Danny DeVito write a story for the Gotham City Villains?
The 80-year anniversary for the Gotham Villains. Yeah.
Jeez, that I knew nothing about those two, and that was not what I was referring to.
But who you got, mate? Who you got?
I have Wesley Snipes.
Writing a Blade book?
He's writing a new graphic novel called The Exiled.
Yeah.
I just, when I read that, because I'm a child of the 80s and I loved Wesley Snipes. So I picture him just sitting in his little man cave in Hollywood Hills or whatever, and he sees Keanu Reeves. He writes this comic book, and he's like, "Oh, I sold 1 million copies, and now he's gonna make a movie." And Wesley Snipes sits there in the back, and he goes, "I'm going to teach that motherfucker how to do it properly." And he just sits there and goes, "Yeah, I'm going to do that." I can just see him fucking saying that, man. So I'd be interested to see the first issue at least.
Yeah,
You know who that's coming out through?
No. Hang on. I have posted it on AussieVerse's page. If you follow us on Facebook, there you go. Free plug. You guys chat amongst yourselves while I scroll through here, and then we'll end the show.
What did you think of Batman, Simon?
Batman, I loved it. I actually look forward to it coming out on. I hope there's a steelbook. Like, I want to get the steelbook for it, and yeah, I look forward to watching it again. Actually,
Me too. Me too.
Speaking of steel books, we got told Spider-Man No Way Home wasn't coming out until like the 16th or something, right?
yeah.
I pre-ordered that months ago, obviously, or whenever you could, and it's already on its way from JB.
Yeah. So apparently, my work only got 4 copies of the steelbook.
Ooh.
So I was like, "What? That's like a huge movie. They would have." Nah, it's weird.
Yeah. Sell out on the first day.
Yeah, I know, right?
So Wesley Snipes' book called The Exiled is a book that follows Niles Roach Washington, a detective who begins trailing a serial killer following a deadly gas attack. The killer uses tools over 5,000 years old to rip the spines from his victims, and while Roach's theories about the suspect make him an outcast, he refuses to give up the chase, and his search eventually leads him to discover Earth's darkest secret. Who's it by, though? Who's it coming out with? Gifted Rebels. No, that can't be right. PCB President. I'm just reading companies here that have got to do with it. Now, you'd think it would tell us who it's actually. Oh, it's a Kickstarter.
Oh.
Exiled Kickstarter launches on June 21. The campaign promises a buttload of rewards for anyone who donates. Backers can receive an 140-page collector's edition of the graphic novel, as well as a manga-sized Go version and an additional story set in the book's universe. Additionally, day one backers will be gifted with a campaign-exclusive 120mm figurine of Roach Washington himself, hidden codes for access to digital collectibles and exclusive events. You can sign up for more info here. And you click.
So it's a straight up graphic novel, so no issues. That's the way to do it.
There you go. All right. I think this went well.
Yeah.
Did it. Mate, once you start talking, you fill the hour every time, mate.
Hey?
Once you start talking about this stuff, it'll fill the hour every time.
Yeah, exactly right. We don't want to go over an hour because people get bored. But Simon, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks, Simon.
Really, really appreciate it, dude. Anytime you want to come back, please let us know. We are more than happy to have you here. We're going to have some of your mates on next week, I believe, if he's still there, which is good old Whack. So I don't know if the audience are ready for Whack Comics. That's going to be interesting. Any more pearls of wisdom, Mark, before we go?
Well, I was just thinking, there's this place when I sometimes walk down the street, and there's this place that has a big window, and it's an office window, and it has that thick glass. You know, it has a thick glass, bumpy glass. You know, that sort of stuff, so you can't see in, but it's all bumps and stuff like that. I was thinking, when you walk past it, just how often do you want to run your finger along it and stuff like that, and then like a week later went past, and I walked past it again, and it had a sign that said, "Stop touching the glass. Do not touch the glass." So obviously other people have had that same sort of thought. And it just got me thinking, like, because that's just a thought that comes to your head when you see glass like that. I just thought to myself, like, you know, you got Green Lantern, they go after willpower people. Like, how big of willpower people would be if you worked in a factory with bubble wrap? Like, seriously. If you worked in a factory with bubble wrap, how you would have to be strong willpower, not just sit there and just go pop, pop, pop. So, you know, screw Hal Jordan. You go to the ring and you go, whoever's working, it could be a Debbie who's working a night shift or something like that, and she's got no supervisor. I mean, give her the ring. I mean, like, how could you not sit there and just pop, pop? Anyway, that was my last thought.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the wacky mind of Mark Grodd Watson. The next Green Lantern is going to be a person that works in a bubble wrap factory. Please like and subscribe. Please share the channel. We want to make this community grow. please check out the links in the description where you can check out Simple Simon underneath. I'm getting my words mixed up. Go check out his channel. Please do, because he brings great content to you each and every day, week, few days, who knows?
Every couple of days.
Every couple of days. This has been AussieVerse Comics and Collectors, and as usual, it is for life.